A lot of you guys have been coming at me in my DMs on X tweet, asking me about when I will maybe try a new game, and to that, I say sure. Okay, never mind. I never get anybody coming at me on the TwitX. I'm a nobody. I just needed an intro for the video. Anyway, that game is Animal Well. I've wanted to play this game for quite some time because it's published by Big Mode, which is a publishing company for indie games started by the YouTuber Video Game Donkey and his wife. A big fan of his, so this game has kind of been on my radar, but, you know, life was busy. So here we are. If you've never heard of Donkey, you should probably just go watch a vid that he has on the game. Seriously, guy's a legend. But I'm not going to spoil any later game stuff because I really think you should try this one out if you haven't. Really did give me that nostalgic, young, inquisitive feel again when I was going through it. And it even has scan lines that bring back the memories of those 7,000-pound CRTs you would have to move around when your mom wanted to rearrange the living room. I mean, what's even with that? The room is perfectly fine the way it is. That's why we had the stuff in those spaces in the first place. Anyway, the game was developed by a solo guy, one person, named Billy Basso, who says on the website it took him over 7 years to develop the game by himself, so pretty cool. Lots of dedication and love went into this. I guess I'll use the official descriptors from the website, a puzzle horror platformer, to describe what it is, because that's pretty much it. They know their game well. It's all about platforming through a map made up of smaller independent rooms, connects for a bigger picture, or a well, if you will. You'll be moving through the room, solving various puzzles in each to move on, but little hints, some of the puzzles involve multiple areas, or large portions of the map, multiple rooms, and that's when things get really wild, and you gotta put your thinking cap on and come up with a solution. So Billy says that we should play this game without looking up secrets until you feel you have gone as far as you personally can. So that's what I did. At the time of making this video, I have about 10 hours in. I was able to roll credits. I found a decent amount of extras afterwards, but I'm still nowhere near 100%. You might be able to beat the game a little quicker than that if you don't have a Fruity Pebbles for a brain like I do. How long to beat puts the time at 7 hours for main story and 17 hours for completionist. That sounds about right. So first off, my favorite part of the game is that it hands you absolutely nothing. You hit start new game, these flames come up like a race is about to start in some karting game. And then you just pop out of this flower and, yeah, you're like a little poop or something, I don't know. You kind of look like one of my dachshund's little turds. But then boom, time to go explore, little birdie, and boy is there a lot of exploring to do. Luckily, the entire game is pretty to look at for this exploration. The colors are what I would call a cyberpunky palette. Lots of blue, pink, and green combos. The lighting effects of items are cool as well. The various animals that you see also move in an ominous, kind of creepy way at times, and you're left wondering a lot, you know, is this going to be one of the friendly animals or one of the many that are trying to eat me? Yeah, it just looks nice. Every room in the map has something to feast your eyes on. Speaking of those rooms, all of them, every one you go into involves your investigation, whether that be figuring out the puzzle or seeing something weird and finding out what it does. I mean, this part really freaked me out the first time. First time I saw something like it in the game, and it kind of threw me off guard. And that kind of happens a lot in the game. And you quickly realize that all walls require careful consideration because eggs are hidden throughout the well that you will need to find in order to make progress. So there's over 60 eggs in total, and you keep them in this little egg room when you find them. And that's an expensive room in this economy. There's also no linear way to proceed through the well. Sometimes you'll come to a room that requires the use of an item from another part of the map, so come back later, go somewhere else. Keep figuring things out. Everyone's first time is going to be a little bit different of a journey because you can have all these different choice combos and paths that you can take. and it's pretty cool. Keeping with the game hands you nothing theme, even when you find a new item, it just goes to your inventory, and you need to figure out what the hell to do with it, which makes the game feel ever so more rewarding because your sole reason you get anything done in this game is you. You are it. The game isn't coming to save you. It's not going to give you hints. It's up to you to find the use for what you find. And the items at face value all seem pretty lackluster. You're not getting like a flamethrower or a zipline or bazooka. You're getting something like a bubble wand, a yo-yo, or a frisbee. For instance, you get the frisbee and nothing happens. Just pick up the frisbee, boop, alright. But then when you figure out that you can use it to stop the dogs from biting you, and then you also figure out it has additional uses to do things like hit switches from afar, or you can ride it like a moving platform, it just feels even more rewarding. And that's how every item in the game is. A small period of confusion, but then a rewarding feeling, which subsequently the map becomes easier to traverse from there, and this continues in a snowball effect with each new item that you find. And it's not only the dogs that can get you. Hi, Parker. You are weak to everything in this game like a squirrel to a Pikachu, because like I said, you're just a little poop. There's no combat. Instead, all enemies require you to come up with a clever way to subdue them by using the environment around you or the various items, and sometimes this involves the use of multiple items, or kiting the enemy to where you want them to be in the room, or even using the help of a friendly animal. So no actual combat, just complete puzzle solving. And that's pretty much all I want to say about this game, guys. I really enjoyed this one. Like I said, figuring out what the game actually is kind of where this one shines, so I don't want to show too much or any of the more intricate puzzles, but honestly, this is probably the best new game I've played since I've played Elden Ring. It kind of, if you ever played in the game Inscription, it gave me like the same level of surprise of just how damn good it is. Because the games are nothing alike, but I went into both expecting a good time, but was given one of my most memorable gaming experiences in both instances, and that's pretty cool when that happens to you unexpectedly. So, yeah, highly recommend this one. No bullshit in the game, just a game to be a game. Have fun. Peace, and see you next time, guys.